Deep in the far reaches of space, there used to be a planet known as Planet Vegeta, home to the mighty warrior race called Saiyans. Gifted with amazing strength, they took over many worlds, but after Frieza destroyed most of their race, the remaining Saiyans took a new path. One of these Saiyans, known as Son Goku, would eventually reach a power that even surpasses the gods. What if he had achieved such a power sooner? What if Goku got Ultra Instinct early? How would events play out if Goku had such a transformation earlier? History as you know it changes now. On a world only accessible to the gods, a powerful warrior ponders on what his new master has said. The Saiyan prodigy known as Son Goku is thinking about what his master Whis had just told him. Whis had told both Goku and Vegeta that using their mind to dodge only slows them down. If they were able to move subconsciously, then not even Lord Beerus would be able to defeat them. Whis then goes on to tell them that Lord Beerus was close to mastering this before, but he stopped trying to learn it some time ago. Vegeta had paid little attention to this, but for some reason it is stuck in Goku's mind. Goku would then fall asleep, and the next morning, he would put on his gi and walk outside, ready to train. Vegeta is already next to Whis, awaiting Goku's arrival, and before they would begin their daily routine, Goku would ask Whis if he can be specifically trained to be able to move subconsciously. And Whis couldn't help but let out a smile. Whis would agree to this, so as well as training to increase the strength of his base form, Goku would also be learning how to move without thought. Vegeta, however, would rather rely on pure strength, so he would continue his path through the god forms, while Goku struggles to achieve a power far beyond that of any god form. A couple of months would pass, and the self-proclaimed Emperor of the Universe, Frieza, would arrive on Earth. With 4 months of training after his resurrection, Frieza believed that he will be able to finally get his revenge on that filthy monkey Goku. Frieza would watch as his soldiers get taken down by the warriors of Earth, but Frieza isn't the slightest bit worried. Frieza would begin shooting death beams at Son Gohan, leaving him near death. Just before he can land a final blow, Goku and Vegeta would arrive on the battlefield. Frieza would mock the two Saiyans, stating that his power is incomprehensible compared to their own. The two would brush this off, and then Goku would hover in the air, staring at Frieza dead in the eyes. Their battle would commence, with the two prodigies clashing fists. Goku landing a few devastating blows, but Frieza can't seem to even land a hit. Frieza would soar into the sky, with Goku in hot pursuit. After trading a few blows, Goku would slam Frieza back into the ground. Frieza would shoot a flurry of ki blasts back up to Goku, but Goku would then smack them all away with ease. Frieza would appear above Goku, shooting a giant sphere of ki at him, with Goku firing the Kamehameha in response, completely dispersing the attack and hitting Frieza. Frieza's rage boils to the surface as Goku mocks Frieza, asking him if that is all he can do. An evil grin would wash over Frieza's face as he would begin to chuckle. Frieza tells Goku, as a reward for not giving him a lackluster battle, he will show him his true power. Frieza begins to power up, bursting his aura, and the pressure alone nearly knocks Goku back. His purple aura turns gold, and the aura engulfs Frieza. The aura fades, and Frieza hovers there, completely golden. Goku can tell that the power-up is immense, however he is undeterred, and gets in his fighting stance. Frieza expected Goku to become a Super Saiyan, however he doesn't refuse an easy victory, so he gets in his fighting stance as well. Frieza rushes at Goku, landing a barrage of attacks, extremely damaging Goku. Goku closes his eyes, and he begins to clear his mind as Frieza continues to pummel him. Then, Frieza is about to land a blow on Goku's face, but miraculously, Goku dodges. Frieza believes this to have been luck, so he tries to hit Goku again, but yet again, he evades the attack. Frieza then throws a flurry of punches at Goku, with Goku dodging every single one, and when Frieza throws the final punch, Goku catches it, gripping his fist tightly. Goku then opens his eyes, their colour now being a piercing silver. A strange aura surrounds Goku as he lands a gut punch on Frieza, blowing the wind out of him and dealing immense damage. Frieza begins shooting death beams at Goku, with every single one of them being dodged. As Frieza gets angrier, Goku gets closer towards him, and Frieza would then soar into the sky and begin to power up and attack to destroy the entire planet. Goku looks up at Frieza, completely unfazed, and he just stares at the tyrant, watching him as he powers up his attack. Frieza would fire the attack, Goku observing as the attack nears him. However, a second later, the attack mysteriously dissipates and Goku is seemingly vanished. Frieza is confused, but then he hears someone behind him. Frieza turns around to see Goku holding the attack in his hand. Goku would then flick his wrist, dispersing Frieza's attack, and before Frieza could react, Goku appears behind Frieza once again, landing a devastating blow on his spine. Frieza screams out in pain as he reverts to his final form. Goku kicks Frieza into the ground, creating a giant crater, and then Goku would gracefully float down to Frieza, and Frieza would look up at Goku, completely terrified. Frieza attempts to blow up the planet once again, however Goku easily reacts to this, throwing Frieza into the sky and ending the tyrant with a full power Kamehameha. Goku dropped out of the godly form, all of his stamina depleted. Beerus is amazed that a mortal was actually able to use such a godly technique, and Whis is of course proud of his student. Vegeta does respect the power of Ultra Instinct, however seeing the stamina issues to it, along with Goku not being able to access it at will yet, it seems as if the god forms are much more reliable, and he would rather continue expanding his power in that way. The two Saiyans as well as Beerus and Whis would head back to the Destroyer's world to continue expanding the two Saiyans' power, both reaching new levels of power, however in different ways, both Saiyans with their own respective paths, and each Saiyan being driven by the other.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, Goku took his master Whis' words to heart and focused all of his attention on moving without thought. Vegeta, however, would rather grow in power in his own way, focusing on pure strength alone. Frieza arrives on Earth after 4 long months of training, and during his battle with Goku, the Saiyan's training finally pays off as he accesses the power of the gods. With Goku's newfound power, he easily defeats the self-proclaimed Emperor of the Universe. He then heads back to the world of the God of Destruction to continue his training. Vegeta's Evolution. What if Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct early? Part 2.
On a world only accessible to the gods, the two Saiyan prodigies Goku and Vegeta are in the middle of a sparring match when two strange figures arrive on the planet. One of them looking like a fat version of Beerus, while the other looks like a female version of Whis. The two interrupt the Saiyans' training session, and the female angel introduces herself, along with her god of destruction. She states that her name is Vados, and alongside her is her master Champa, the god of destruction of Universe 6. Goku and Vegeta are dumbfounded at the concept of there being multiple universes. However, before they can ask any questions, Beerus and Whis arrive. Beerus and Whis lead them all into a room with a large table, Beerus sitting at one end, while Champa sits at the other. They would first compare the foods of their universes. However, Beerus cuts to the point and asks Champa what he is doing in his universe. Champa tells Beerus that he has been gathering the Super Dragon Balls, even the ones located in Universe 7. Beerus is visibly irritated, however he allows Champa to continue. Champa says that he has gathered 6 out of the 7 Super Dragon Balls, and Champa would like to make a proposition with Beerus. Champa has had a lot of difficulty in trying to locate the final Super Dragon Ball. Champa wants Beerus to find the final Super Dragon Ball, and he would also like to hold a tournament between their universes, the winning universe receiving all 7 Super Dragon Balls. Beerus is reluctant, however Goku interrupts the pair, and he says that a tournament with another universe would be awesome. They can have the rules like the ones of the World Martial Arts Tournament on Earth. And Goku is sure Bulma can create something to help find the final Super Dragon Ball. Beerus thinks for a moment, and Whis chimes in, saying that this could be great training for Goku and Vegeta. Beerus would finally agree to holding the tournament, so after discussing where the tournament would be held, Champa and Vados head to that location to create the tournament stage, while Goku and Vegeta head back to Earth to gather their team. Goku and Vegeta would first head over to where they sense Gohan and Piccolo training. They would ask the pair if they would like to join the tournament, and Piccolo would join without needing convincing. However, Gohan would unfortunately refuse, as he has a press conference which he is unable to reschedule. Vegeta is irritated at Gohan's decision, however Goku understands, and he tells Gohan that is fine. Vegeta and Piccolo would then head to Capsule Corp to get Bulma to create a new version of the Dragon Radar, which is able to find the final Super Dragon Ball. Goku, on the other hand, would fly to Hercule's house in order to recruit Majin Buu to their team. Luckily, Buu says he will join, so that is another member added to the Universe 7 team. Beerus had also told Goku about a fighter that was even stronger than Goku, which will be joining their team, their name being Monaka. This had not only excited Goku because he will meet someone even stronger than him other than Beerus and Whis, but it also excited him because it gives him more motivation to continue getting stronger. There's no fun in getting stronger if there is no one to get stronger than. Goku would teleport to Vegeta and Piccolo, letting them know he recruited Buu to the team, and they inform him Bulma has begun working on the new Dragon Radar. Goku also mentioned that Dende had upgraded the hyperbolic time chamber, so there is now no time limit for how long they can be in there, and they can also be in there as many times as they would like. Vegeta instantly realizes what Goku is trying to get at, and he quickly rejects training in the time chamber with Goku. Goku doesn't let up, and he says that they have 3 days until the tournament, meaning they can have 3 years worth of training. Vegeta refuses again, and Goku says that's fine. He guesses Vegeta just wants to be left in the dust. Vegeta gets annoyed, and he reluctantly agrees to training in the time chamber with Goku. Goku gets excited, and asks if Piccolo wants to train with them as well, but Piccolo refuses. Goku understands, and then him and Vegeta head up to the lookout, and after getting the go-ahead from Dende, they head into the time chamber to train. During those 3 years, Goku became able to access Ultra Instinct Omen at will, while Vegeta mastered his Super Saiyan Blue form, and is on the verge of accessing a power that even surpasses that. All of the Universe 7 team then gather outside of Capsule Corp, and Whis takes them, along with everyone who wants to spectate the tournament, to the world between Universe 6 and Universe 7. After arriving, all the fighters of each universe must take a written test to be allowed into the tournament. Unfortunately, Buu fails this test, meaning he cannot participate, and Goku only barely passes. The tournament will commence with Goku facing off against Botomo. Goku begins to stretch to the annoyance of his opponent. Botomo begins to shoot balls of ki out of his mouth, with Goku avoiding them all. Goku then firing a Kamehameha at Botomo, however it seemingly has no effect. Goku then rushes at Botomo, landing a powerful punch in his gut, but yet again, it has no effect. Goku then begins to throw a flurry of attacks at Botomo, but not a single one of them have any effect. Goku then swipes his leg under Botomo's, and Botomo falls over. Goku then begins to drag Botomo, and he throws him out of the ring, winning the first round. Then, the Universe 6 warrior Frost floats down into the ring. Goku is confused, as he looks just like Frieza, but he seems like a good guy. Goku is happy to meet a nice version of Frieza, however Vegeta doesn't trust Frost in the slightest, and he shouts for Goku to not let his guard down. Goku nods, and then he gets in his fighting stance. Frost does the same, but Goku tells Frost that if he doesn't go full power now, he won't give him the chance. Frost would ask Goku what he means, and Goku tells Frost he knows he has other forms, and if he doesn't go to his final one now, then he will lose without getting the chance. Frost chuckles, saying very well, and he transforms into his third form. Goku knows this isn't his final form, however he doesn't care, and he rushes at Frost, punching him into the sky, and he then appears above Frost, slamming him back into the ground. Frost realizes he can't defeat Goku in this form, so he takes things to the next level, transforming into his actual final form. Goku is glad that Frost is finally taking this fight seriously, and their battle resumes, with Goku still having the advantage. Frost would try to use the poison needle on Goku, however when he does so, Goku's body instinctively activates Ultra Instinct for a split second, dodging the needle, and Goku is able to see it. Goku would then power up to Super Saiyan, knocking Frost out with a single blow, and after reverting to his base form, he calls out Frost for the poison needle, revealing Frost's evil ways to everyone present. Vegeta is up next to face Goku. Goku can already tell this fight won't be easy, so he powers up to Super Saiyan. Goku rushes at Botomo, landing a flurry of punches to test his opponent's durability. Unsurprisingly, Goku's attacks have no effect on the Metal Man, so Goku flies into the air and begins to power up a Kamehameha. As Goku fires a Kamehameha, Vegeta fires a beam of lava out of his mouth, clashing with Goku's Kamehameha. Vegeta's molten beam begins to overpower Goku's Kamehameha, and the arena begins to get extremely hot. Out of anger, Goku calls Vegeta a stupid machine. Goku then realizing his beam begins to overpower Vegeta's, and when he looks at Vegeta, he sees the Metal Man beginning to cry. Goku takes advantage of this, powering up all the way to Super Saiyan God, and his beam swiftly overcomes Vegeta's, and knocks him out of the ring. It is now time for Goku to face off against Kaba. However, Vegeta steps in, saying enough is enough. Kakarot can't have all the fun. Goku says fine, and he forfeits the tournament. He believes in his team. Beerus is irritated that this decision might cost him the entire tournament, but he just hopes the prince's arrogance isn't misplaced. Vegeta and Kaba both get into their fighting stances, and the round begins. Vegeta and Kaba both rushing at each other, and their attacks mirror each other's. It is obvious to the pair that they are evenly matched in base form, so Vegeta suggests that they turn Super Saiyan, but Kaba says he can't. He doesn't know how. Vegeta is disgusted, but he decides he will turn their battle into a lesson for Kaba. Vegeta powers up into Super Saiyan, and he begins to brutally beat on Kaba, saying how he's going to kill his family and destroy his entire planet while he does. Kaba gets enraged, screaming that he won't let Vegeta hurt his family. Kaba begins to power up, his hair spikes up and turns golden. Kaba has now accessed Super Saiyan, and he quickly rushes towards Vegeta, landing an uppercut and then slamming Vegeta back into the ground. Vegeta is proud, but he wants to end this battle, so he transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, and with a single blow, he knocks Kaba out. Hit slowly walks into the ring, Vegeta's blood pumping as he does. This is a battle he has been waiting for. Hit has a blank expression on his face, and he stares at Vegeta, dead in the eyes. Vegeta, still being in Super Saiyan Blue, rushes at Hit, but without even realizing, Hit already lands a knee on Vegeta's stomach. Vegeta then tries to land a punch on Hit's face, but Hit then appears behind Vegeta, landing a chop on his neck. Vegeta feels immense pain. How is Hit moving so fast that he can't even track his movements? Since Hit wants a somewhat interesting fight, he explains his time skip to Vegeta, but that was a big mistake. Vegeta begins to be able to counter Hit's time skip, knocking Hit near the edge of the ring. Their battle would go on until Hit is pushed into increasing his time skip, and Vegeta yet again isn't able to keep up. Vegeta is enraged. First Kakarot surpasses him with Ultra Instinct, and now Hit? No. He won't be surpassed again. Not now. Not ever. Vegeta begins to power up, the entire arena shaking. Vegeta's hair becomes a more darker blue, and his aura violently bursts. Vegeta lets out a roar, and he is now unlocked Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Goku sees this, and he can't help but smirk. He could sense Vegeta was close to achieving a new power, and breaking his limits when they were training in the time chamber. It looks like Vegeta finally did it. Vegeta slowly walks towards Hit, Hit being terrified of Vegeta's new power. Vegeta doesn't even give Hit the chance to use his time skip, as he appears in front of the Universe 6 assassin, and with a single blow to the stomach, he knocks Hit out of the ring. Whis applauds Vegeta, and Beerus is just utterly dumbfounded by the potential of these Saiyans. Vegeta would return to his base form, and Universe 7 would begin to celebrate their victory. However, shortly after, Zeno would arrive, accompanied by two of his guards. Goku would pitch the idea of a tournament between all the universes to Zeno, as Zeno thinks that sounds like something that would be super fun. Him and Goku become friends, and Zeno then leaves. Universe 7 now needing to decide what to wish for with the Super Dragon Balls. Beerus would still want to wish for an Earth in Universe 6, and since nobody is opposing this, that is what is wished for. With Goku and Vegeta both having substantially increased their power, will their next foe even be a threat? Or will their new power just make their enemy even more dangerous? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Last time, we left off with Vegeta surpassing his limits, and using Super Saiyan Blue Evolution to defeat Hit. With Vegeta showing off such impressive feats of strength, we know that Zamasu would want to put his plan into motion. In the future timeline, future Trunks would be running away from someone. Emotions ran through Trunks' head as he watched his own father kill his mother. The last thing his mother said was run, as future Trunks arrived in the present timeline. Once future Trunks arrived, he lunged at his father, but Vegeta easily caught his fist and chopped his neck, knocking Trunks cold out. Everyone was really confused as to why Future Trunks was here, but nobody knew the real reason, until Future Trunks woke up. He explained that his own father was attacking everyone for some reason, and Trunks was nowhere near strong enough to face him. Vegeta scoffed, and reminded his son that he was dead in the future timeline, meaning that was impossible. Before any more words could be said, a portal opens in the sky, and Vegeta Black flies out. "So, this is where you cowered to. It took me a while to realise you went to a whole different timeline." Vegeta immediately rushed at Black in a blind rage, but Black easily kicked him back down into the ground. Vegeta got back up, now in Super Saiyan, rushing at Black again, only to realise they would need to use some more power. Vegeta stopped playing around, and transformed into a Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta quickly beginning to toy with Black, and beating on him. Vegeta then powering up an energy ball in his hand, about to finish Black off, but Black was pulled back into the future timeline. This time, however, he was unable to destroy the group's time machine before fleeing. The group quickly makes a plan on how to stop this threat. Although Vegeta's eager to have a rematch with himself, Beerus and Whis state that they need to learn a little more about this threat. Noticing the fact he has a time ring, Vegeta scoffs and flies off, as Beerus, Whis and Goku still end up investigating Zamasu. This leaves Future Trunks, who decides to help Bulma refuel the time machine. By the time everyone got back, the time machine was refueled and ready to go. Vegeta, Goku, and Future Trunks make their way to the future timeline. Once they arrive, they help out any remaining survivors with food and aid that Bulma prepared for them. Vegeta, however, was very anxious and went ahead to look for Black. Vegeta was angry that he let him escape, and vowed not to make the same mistake again. But out of nowhere, Vegeta was hit into a nearby building. Black begins to laugh, as Vegeta powered up into blue once again. This energy spike was enough to alert Goku and Trunks, who quickly came to aid Vegeta. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan Blue, and began to help Vegeta. But Black was only getting stronger, and finally decided to reveal a transformation of his own. Black transformed into a Super Saiyan Rose transformation, and with this power up, he gained the upper hand against Goku and Vegeta. Not to mention the fact that Zamasu had revealed himself as well, and began fighting toe to toe with Future Trunks. The battle wasn't looking too good for Goku and Vegeta, but Black made a big mistake. He decided to tell Vegeta how he took over his body, and how he killed Bulma and Kid Trunks, and this enraged Vegeta beyond anything we've ever seen before. Vegeta exploded with power, as rocks began to fly all around him. Vegeta transformed into Blue Evolution once again, and with this, began toying around with Black. Zamasu noticed this happening, but now, Goku is also fighting him as well, which meant he had no opening to save Black. Vegeta was now at the end of his flurry of attacks, and began to charge up a Gallic gun. Zamasu quickly flew in between the blasts, however, saving Black, and quickly healing him. The Zenkai that Black gained from being healed was enormous, and not to mention that Vegeta had spent a lot of energy on his last attack. Vegeta powered down from Blue Evolution. As Goku stepped up to fight, he told Trunks to give Vegeta a Senzu Bean, as Goku began fighting both Black and Zamasu. Goku had been saving his energy, just in case he needed to use Ultra Instinct, and now was the time. Goku tapped into Omen, and began to dodge all of Zamasu's attacks. While dodging Zamasu, he would counterattack Black, killing him and punching him very hard. Black tried to use Keyblades to attack Goku, but even that didn't work. As Goku kept fighting more and more, Zamasu and Black began getting impatient, and began arguing. Zamasu told Black there was one last thing they could do, with the two gods fusing into merged Zamasu. With this power, even Omen wasn't enough to deal with the fusion. Although Goku could somewhat evade their attacks, he still wasn't able to land any of attacks of his own, and when he did, they did little to no damage. Merged Zamasu laughed, and said they should have done this all along. As Goku kept fighting, however, he felt something inside of him changing. Vegeta looked at Goku one last time, and told him that he had to do what Whis had been teaching them to do all along. He has to trespass into the domain of the gods, and reach into his full potential. Vegeta sent Goku all of his energy, and instructed Trunks to do the same as well. Goku received the energy, and this was enough to empower Goku. Goku began to glow, and his aura exploded, Goku finally mastering Ultra Instinct. With this new power, Goku was able to make quick work of merged Zamasu. After Zamasu became corrupted, Goku used a Kamehameha to finish him off. This, however, only led to Zamasu becoming one with the universe itself. After Goku realizes he now can't kill Zamasu, he would still contact Zeno, and after seeing Zamasu, Zeno would erase the entire timeline, which means Whis has to later bring Trunks and Mai to a different version of their timeline. After everyone says goodbye to Trunks and Mai, Whis takes them to the new timeline, and after Whis returns, Goku and Vegeta share a glance at each other, and nod, as Vegeta thanks Goku for the save, but Goku tells Vegeta that he wouldn't have ever been able to surpass his limits without his energy. Beerus and Whis don't believe that Goku was able to master Ultra Instinct in such a short time, and with this, Goku and Vegeta return to Beerus' planet. Whis yells commence as Goku and Vegeta lunge at each other and continue their training, but this is where we are going to end off this video. Last time, we left off with Goku and Vegeta training on Beerus' planet, and it wasn't too long before the Tournament of Power was announced. Goku was tasked with finding a team with 10 fighters, and got to work. The first fighter Goku would recruit would of course be Vegeta, with Vegeta actually deciding to stay on Beerus' planet to train for a little longer. He was undergoing intense training alongside Beerus, while Whis mainly focused on training Goku. Zeno would soon announce a Zeno Expo, and Goku would have to travel to Earth to find one fighter to join them. While he's there, Goku decides to recruit Gohan for the Zeno Expo, and for the actual tournament. This leads to Piccolo joining as well, but he actually recommends Buu for the Expo. This means the Expo goes the same, with the only thing that changes being Goku is much stronger in his match against Toppo. The recruitment goes on, and Universe 7 has 10 fighters for the team. Before the tournament, Vegeta would ask to spar with Goku one last time, and Goku agrees, so the two friends decide to go all out, as Whis takes them to a random uninhabited planet. They start in base, and rush at each other, but it becomes clear that Vegeta has the edge in terms of raw power. Goku steps up to Super Saiyan, as Vegeta does the same. Eventually, Goku goes straight to Super Saiyan 3, as Vegeta uses Super Saiyan 2. The fight ramps up, as Goku begins unleashing more of his power on Vegeta. Vegeta tells Goku that they should step it up even more, as they enter Super Saiyan God, and eventually Blue. The two powers clash in the sky, as Goku and Vegeta were enjoying the battle greatly. Whis mentions to Beerus just how far the two have come in such little time, as the battle rages on. Goku uses Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and Vegeta uses Blue Evolution. The whole planet was shaking with each blow, as Goku then used a Kamehameha, and Vegeta used a final flash. Goku's beam was slowly getting overpowered, as Vegeta smiled, but Goku used Ultra Instinct Omen and dodged the blast before it could hit him, punching Vegeta in the stomach and sending him flying back. Vegeta finally pushed Goku to his peak, as he told Goku that he had gained a new transformation to rival the gods as well. Vegeta began to yell as he underwent a transformation, his hair changing to purple as Vegeta had attained Ultra Ego. Vegeta told Goku about the intense training he did with Beerus. All this time, while Goku was recruiting members for the stupid tournament, Goku smirked, and just decided to power up to his max, using Mastered Ultra Instinct. Goku and Vegeta then went blow for blow, but it was quite clear that Vegeta was stronger. Vegeta, however, could not seem to land a blow on Goku, as Goku was far too fast for him, and was able to evade Vegeta's attacks. Whis was very amazed at the display of power from both his two pupils, and couldn't help but smile. Goku and Vegeta shook the entire macrocosm with each blow, as the two had a very intense battle. Even when they tried to contain their power, the sheer magnitude of it would still shake the universe around them. At the battle's peak, Vegeta charged up a massive ball of Hakai energy, sending it towards Goku. Goku responded with a Kamehameha, however the Hakai blast was coming at him very quickly. Goku quickly flew into the air, before sending the Kamehameha at the blast. Vegeta's Hakai blast was sent into a nearby moon, as Goku and Vegeta both fell onto the ground from exhaustion. It seems the two were still even. A couple days of more team planning passed, before it was time for the tournament to begin. Goku and Vegeta, however, would have a much easier time defeating the likes of the Trio of Danger and other fodder fighters. Goku would now ask to fight Jiren, with Hit saying he wanted to go first, but before Goku could argue, Vegeta told Hit to fight him instead. Hit smirked, and told Vegeta that this time it would be different, and that he had trained for this very moment. Vegeta, knowing of Hit's power, would immediately transform into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. He wasn't messing around. Vegeta and Hit began fighting, as Goku began his battle against Jiren. Once again, Goku started in base, until eventually, he was forced into using Ultra Instinct Omen. Jiren was now forced into actually using more and more power, and the gods were all surprised that Mortal was not only able to use Ultra Instinct, but he was also able to use it at will. Beerus laughed, as he told them that he has not only reached the form, but mastered it as well. It was almost as if Goku had heard what Beerus said, because he powered up even further, using Mastered Ultra Instinct, and forcing Jiren into using his full power. With Goku having a much better grasp on Ultra Instinct than in canon, he is easily able to wipe the floor with Jiren. As a last ditch effort, Dispo and Toppo decide to join in the battle as well, but even together, they aren't able to overpower Goku. Although Goku is starting to tire, he quickly noticed this, and finished off Jiren. Before he eliminated him, Goku thanked him for the fight, and told him that after this tournament, they should meet again. Jiren smiled, before Goku eliminated him, and Vegeta had also finished his battle with Hit, as he had to use Ultra Ego to overpower his Time Prism. With Jiren and Hit eliminated, that only left Kale, Caulifla, Cabba, Dispo, Toppo, and Universe 2. Vegeta tells Goku that he can deal with the Pride Troopers himself, as Goku leaves to go help out against Universe 2. 18, Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza are all easily able to eliminate Universe 2 together, while Vegeta takes on both Dispo and Toppo. Toppo notices that Vegeta has a form similar to his own, and after enough coaxing from Vegeta, Toppo decides to abandon his morals and use the form as well. Vegeta in Ultra Ego was holding his own against the two Pride Troopers, but Vegeta only got more and more powerful as the fight went on. He couldn't believe someone would abandon what they believed in, and before eliminating Toppo, he told him that one day, he would fight him once again. Vegeta used a final flash, and eliminated both Toppo and Dispo, but after this, Vegeta was exhausted. But something caught the corner of his eye. Frieza was standing over Cabba, and aimed a blast at his chest. Vegeta blitzed Frieza, and punched him so hard, Frieza was eliminated. He then told Cabba his promise to win the tournament, and wish him back, before Cabba jumped off the ring, and Universe 6 was finally eliminated. Goku had just finished off Kefla, meaning Universe 6 was fully out of the tournament. With that, the Tournament of Power concluded, and Universe 7 was the victor. Choosing an MVP was quite difficult, but the MVP was ultimately given to Goku. Goku smiled, as he wished back all the universes, and back on Earth, peace ensued, and everyone was very happy with the results of the tournament. Goku and Vegeta continued training to reach new levels of power, and in hopes to one day defeat both Whis and Beerus. However, this is where this series is going to end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, then make sure to like, comment, and please do subscribe. It's quick and easy to do.